when you was the Republican, because you was winning every single time. Right? And you would still win every single time. Why? Because people love you. People will vote for you just because your swag. I shit you not. Just off of your swag, niggas will vote for you. And you'll win. Right? Now, you start doing some good shit for people, you will win every time. Hey, I'm voting for them, man. You seen what they did to such a, man, them boys built them boy community. I'm voting for them again. Another 8 years. Another 4 years. Like, man, I'm telling you, your influence, your economics and politics, those three things, them boys are scared of. That's a powerhouse. You are already influential. Politics need to influence votes so they can get in. You'll win off of that shit. Now you put that money behind it or them resources, that's what they don't want. Real shit. That's what they don't want. All fights don't have to be physical. The greatest wars that ever won in history wasn't physical or won on a battlefield. Y'all ain't never heard that? Y'all ain't never heard that? Most wars that was won wasn't won on a battlefield. Most wars are lost on the battlefield. Most wars are won economics, resources, mental, conscious, soul, and spirit. You'll win wars every time. Alright? Nah, they ain't win with the pencils. The pencils was a tool. They won with the spells. Right? A wand, the pencil is just a wand. The wand is nothing without the spell and the energy behind it. So they used the pencil, which is their wand, but the power was in the words that they used. Alright? So we also got to understand language, legalese, and etymology. We have to reteach ourselves proper grimoires. All right? You got to reteach yourself this, because all of this shit is just your spirituality used against you. I mean, if we're going to be real, all of this is just your spiritual rights used against you. You just don't recognize your stuff no more. You scared of it. So this why you don't recognize your magic that's being worked on you. Right? How you write words, you spell them. Every letter is a sigil. Every letter is a sigil, and it makes a frequency sound. You said, how do you say native indigenous people in your language, Black Lakota? I'm not a Lakota. I'm not black either, so. And if I did speak my language, I wouldn't use native indigenous people. Like, all of those are adjectives. Native, indigenous, and people are adjectives. None of those are proper nouns. So. That's true. BJP, that's true. They can't really do harm to us, but they can trick us into harming ourselves. That's how they do it every time. Everything that's harming you, you're doing it out of ignorance and by free will. All they doing is persuading you, enticing you, right? Remember the demonology book that we read? The devil can only entice you or persuade you. He can't make you do nothing, all right? They can only entice and persuade and seduce you, which means you still have the free will to say no and go a different route. So yeah, that's true. Right? Cell phone. Right? Start thinking about silent weapons for quiet war. Cell phone is a weapon, but it's in your hand. Social media is a weapon, but it's your profile, right? I could have got on my live and fall into the propaganda sheep of weaponizing my lives and be like, yeah, you know, we all came from Africa. We all came from monkeys, man. I could weaponize and keep pushing the propaganda, but I chose to take this silent weapon for quiet war and drop the gems. This is why I'm heavily shadow banned and I'm always getting a restriction and shit. Because I realized what the weapon was. And instead of pointing it at myself, I start pointing it in the right direction. That's what they don't want you to wake up to. And it's like that with everything. Everything is a choice. You always got free will. You chose to watch Roots. Ain't nobody forced you to watch Roots. All they did was just drop a movie. You watch Roots. Ain't nobody tell you to listen to none of this drill music and shit. You chose to cut the damn radio station on and download. You did that, right? Ain't nobody forcing you to eat all this junk food and catching diabetes and shit. Like, you chose to do this shit. You're harming yourself by choice. And people is so comfortable, sadly, with harming themselves that they now say, you gotta go one day, right? Might as well live it up now. Yo. We gotta go one day. God damn. You just gave up like that, right? When people say that, I hear, I gave up. Fuck it. Yeah, we gotta go one day, but why right now, bro? Why at 60? Why at 50, 40? Why at 30? Why at 20? Like, why we gotta go so soon, eh? The reason why most people are gone so soon is because of their choices they made in life. Not listening to their intuitions. Going about it the wrong way. It was your choice. You know what I'm saying? 1990, shout out to my 90s baby. Bit 34. We in here together, 90s babies. I'm born 1992, March 1990. So they knew how to manipulate the frequencies to make it easier for the programming, made it easier for you to be open up to spiritual warfare, right? Keep you at a lower, shallow state, right? Because what we learned about demons inside the demonology book, right? They also said in the demonology book that the devil, quote unquote, or Satan, which means adversary, your enemy, right? He wants you in a weakened state, because the weaker you are, the better it is for the attack. We've been getting so attacked because we are inside of a lower state. We have to raise our vibration and our consciousness. Consciousness just means awareness, right? Words and spells, right? Consciousness just means awareness, right? Like, you ain't running out into traffic, playing in traffic, because you are conscious and aware of the dangers of you doing that. You're conscious, aware. Most people aren't aware. That's all consciousness mean. There's like 3-4 states of your mind, right? Conscious, subconscious, unconscious, and there's a void of nothingness. Man, what you thinking about? Shit, nothing. A void of nothingness. Ain't shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Is that demonology book on PDF? Yeah, it's on PDF. Sadly, I got it from archives.org. But you probably could find it on Google Books, Adobe Books. You probably could find it Shit, what's another website that I use? A King James Daemonology book PDF and hit search, it'll probably pop up some extra websites where you can get it from. Cause on some of my books, you can do that. That's how I did on some of my books. Facts, Jeff. Appreciate that. He said I was just in here. What you mean? Knowing better than believe. Facts. To have knowledge, you have to spell know. No lodge. Yep, we just ignore it because, we're not in tune. Facts. But when we mix with others who dated or forced into slavery, facts, but we've been mixed by others who dated or forced during slavery. That's not a true narrative. That narrative's not true. We got to give these people their shit back when it comes to that slave narrative. Most of your colonial period didn't even happen. That's something that a lot of people have to come to grips with, which I don't believe folks is going to come to grips with that anytime soon. I'm saying that Anjo in the building. I don't think is that right there is going to be something that's going to take a minute for people to understand that most of your colonial period didn't happen. Most of these explorers ain't real. Christopher Columbus was created, and it was a mythical figure that was created by the Vatican. Most of everything that they show you of Christopher Columbus is 1800s. This nigga was in the 1492s. They can't find shit in the 1400s about this nigga. Everything about him was found in 19th century, right? 1800 Reconstruction era and shit like that, right? So, people gonna have a hard time understanding that some of those census records is even not real. I got a book about that where they tell you specific years of census records, like it's totally fabricated. It's not even real. They made that shit up. It's deep, man. This brainwash is deep. Yeah, they definitely was the first. Well, not Caucasians were the first slaves, but Slavs. But that was like 1800s, though. That wasn't even colonial period either. Most of your colonial period is totally false. Ain't shit about it real. And I know that some people gonna be trying to fish for something about it. Ain't none of that shit real. There's no slave ships for nothing. All right? Exactly, Rich Soul. That little ice age put a pause on history. Facts. Yeah. The little ice age of the 1300s to 1850s put 550 years on pause. Real shit. Everything happened after then. After 1850, mud floods happened because the ice melted, which created mud floods. 10 years after that, 1870s, you had more destruction of Tartaria or World Fair items, right? Great fires and shit. More destruction of what wasn't destroyed during the mud floods, right? And then some things was being dug out and, found it, right? Because they found it. The motherfucker was already here. Founded and established don't mean these niggas built this motherfucker in the 1800s. That just means they found this bitch in the 1800s, which means a lot of these castles and places and things was up in the 17 and 1600s as well, too. So how did colonial times really look for real? You know what I'm saying? After the Great Fires and the Black Massacre map and all of that type of shit was commencing around the same time, you get into like 1875s, 1880s, which is the reconstruction of history. Now they're rewriting history now, right? So after they get done rewriting history, all right, Now you get into the 1900s where all of these pseudo careers is being created. You know, psychology, sociology, archaeology, ethnology, ology this, ology that, ology. That's when that shit starts being created, right? All right, you know, so yeah, man, it's a whole timeline of this shit. And they can run that shit down timeline to timeline all the way up to 2024. They still doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? All of these floodings and shit. Yeah, that shit wasn't no weather. That was HAARP. Energy frequency weapons, right? Directly, huh? So, ain't none of that shit. You folk crazy, but because of the little ice age, most of your colonial period didn't happen. 550 years on pause because there was famines and billions of bodies piling up because of sickness and starvations that the famine brought. You know what I'm saying? Crops not growing. It's ice and slush and icebergs and shit. Ain't no wooden ships coming over this motherfucker like that. You know what I'm saying? So the phantom timeline theory, which is not a theory, can be proven. Look into it. Most of that shit ain't real. Most of what you know about colonial periods came from teachers and TV. That's the cold hard truth. Most of what you know about slavery, colonial period, that shit came from TV, Wild Wild West movies and shit, and your teacher. It ain't come from nothing else. Both of them are here to program you. All right, both of them are here to program you. The Rothschilds been bought the Board of Education in 1910s and 20s, right? Right when they bought the medical industry, huh? Now the creation of Columbus is created because now they start reclassifying land masses, right? Because all the time, this whole time, America is still called India, y'all. America didn't stop becoming called India until 1947 when they reclassified Hindustan into India. But this whole time, America's still India, y'all. Don't forget this shit. Now, in 1947, when they reclassified the landmass and the people, now they give you the Columbus story because it goes hand in hand. Well, you know, Columbus was lost. He was looking for Hindustan. How? When it was already Italians and Spanish and Portuguese over there. They been migrated over there, bro. Like, that's history. That's documented. How the hell you lost looking for your next door neighbor? That's like me going to borrow a cup of sugar. And I can't go, I'm looking for my next door neighbor house. And I end up in the next neighborhood over and shit. Like, damn, I was looking for my neighbor, nigga. That shit don't even make sense. You talking about people that knew constellations and stars and all these philosophers, and you telling me they don't know where the fuck Hindustan is? It don't make sense. Hindustan people would tell you they're not Indians. All you gotta do, they just go with it because that's what people are taught. But if you actually talk to a Hindustan person, they'll tell you they're not Indians either. Most of them will say they're Bharat. They actually want their country to go back being called Bharata. They would tell you they're not Indians. They just go with it because shit, that's what people call them. Just like how some of y'all go with being called black because shit, that's what some motherfuckers call you. No difference. YT people ain't even Caucasians. That's what you call them, so they go with it. They reconstructed history, flipped the maps, changed the compasses, and gave you misinformation beginning in the 1900s. But the truth is stranger than fiction, right? The truth is stranger than fiction. So in a roundabout way, they not really worried. Like, they worried about everybody finally understanding the truth, but they're not really worried about it right now because the spell and the propaganda is so deep, right? They getting worried a little bit because now they took archives.org from everybody, right? But, you know, lucky for your boy, I got thousands of books off that motherfucker, so we straight. Well, I got enough books from archives.org. We straight for the next 5-10 years. I'm trying to tell you. Look, I ain't even playing. We good. We good over here, right? You know, CIA documents and all, right? We straight. You feel me? So, but P gang. Niggas is starting to make noise now. People is starting to make noise now. right? 31 million people who was on archives.org downloading books. Come on, peep game. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people that all of us content creators on all platforms reached. Because people been screaming archives.org from Facebook to Instagram to YouTube to TikTok, everywhere. So shout out to the whole alternate history community on all platforms, man. We doing what we were put here to do. And hopefully those who are meant to do what we're supposed to do start waking up too and start doing it. Everybody got a voice. I encourage anybody and everybody to spit the truth. The Most High gonna rock with you. I'm trying to tell you. As long as you living in truth and spitting that truth, the Most High gonna rock with you. Is real light. We are the light. We are the light. Pay attention to history. Like real shit. I'm about to show y'all a quick example of how we are the light. Pay attention to history. Pay attention to our culture. When we was on peace and love and harmony, and so was the world. Right? When everybody was on the love R&B vibe, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and so was the world. Right? Michael Jackson and shit, right? Everybody follow the music, follow the culture. We are the light. Once you start dimming the light, you start dimming the world too, right? Now everybody on some drill music shit, right? Niggas went from peace and love to spin the block, all because our music, our spells that we put behind a beat, a frequency. You see how they use you, right? They enticed you to do this. They can't make you do it, but they can entice you. Once you understand that you are a semiconductor, and what you absorb, you emit, you transmute energy. Once we understand this shit, once we understand real magic is spiritual and soulful, then you can start to understand your power, right? As a melanated being, right? You can transmutate energy. You are a semiconductor, all right? They can weaponize you. Our people have been weaponized. That's crazy. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's different when they weaponize music and they weaponize shit. But weaponizing the people is a whole different type of programming right there. Trap music. Trap your mind. 808s. Facts. Swarthy. What's happening? I ain't even see you come in, Swarthy. Peace, peace. Yeah. When Queen Liz's wand was broken, I thought the spell was too. Yeah. When her wand broke, that shit was very symbolic. Excuse me. What's happening, Lou? Wand. Yeah, when her wand broke, that was symbolic, as in Age of Aquarius, spell being broke. Y'all buckle up. Y'all buckle up. About to be a wild ride from here on out. Peace. What's that, Rashad? All is being revealed. Truth is stranger than fiction. You know what I'm saying? Truth is stranger than fiction. How do you mock God? How do you mock God? You mock Negroes. You mock Negroes because all the guys are Negroes. So how would you mock Negroes? Blackface, strange fruiting. Y'all know how they mocked you. You know how they still mocking you. Huh? How do you mock God? by mocking his children. Here we go with this co-host. Everybody want to co-host with me now. This is somebody from Hindustan. For every subscription, we get a free book. On what platform is that, Lola? Shalom, 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 peace, peace. Often duplicated, but never duplicated. Facts. You said, so what about the Crusades? Did that even happen? The Crusades happened. It just didn't happen the way they told you. That's because religion is not what people like. The creation of religion is not what people think. Your religion, your Abrahamic religions came from America. And it left America and got corrupted. And it came back. So the Crusades happened. It just didn't happen like they told you. It wasn't like niggas was on a horse with helmets and was like, y'all, whoa. It wasn't no shit like that. We talking about advanced technology. We talking about advanced age, you know. So it happened, just not the way. Oh, you asking if I can do it? I don't know. I mean, one day I'll post my Telegram. I create a Telegram for anybody that want to join, and my Telegram will just be for books. Like I send a link to books to where people can download it, a direct link. You know, if the link will still work, but we'll do it like that if y'all want the books. I create a Telegram, and when I come back on live, I put it on the background. Y'all, you know, if y'all want to download it, tap into it, and it just be a Telegram about books. I'll just start sending y'all the book collection if y'all want to do that. But the Telegram can't have no trolls. So y'all know if I do this, I gotta protect the Telegram. It can't be trolls. So, you know, I probably drop the Telegram inside my thread. There's a thread that subscribers can see, and only subscribers. So I'd probably drop it on the thread and have a subscriber only that there, because you know we want to keep the trolls down. You know, we're going to gatekeep our information this time. You know, we're going to do it the right way. We ain't going to do it loosely. We ain't going to have no randoms in here causing confusion or no shit like that. So, but we'll do that. I'll figure something out. We'll do that. We'll do that. Quan said send them bitches to his phone. I feel it, Quan. Hey, yeah. I mean, for those who I got personal numbers, I'll send it straight to you. Y'all already know what it is. All y'all gotta do is just shoot me a text. Be like, hey, man, send me something. I'll send you the link straight to your phone for those who I personally got numbers with. The electric cars existed in the 1800s? Yeah. Shit, I do you one better, Memnon. We had cars that ran off of air, oxygen. Real shit. Before there was electric cars, we had cars that ran off of oxygen. It started up with HEMP gas or fuel, right? Because back then we was using HEMP for fuel. So it started up off of that. You crank it up, boom, start it up. And once you hit 10 miles an hour, it'll shut off the HEMP fuel system, and it'll run off of pure oxygen. And cars was getting up to like 62 and 70 miles an hour off of that shit. So yeah. So when you go look at a lot of these old microfilms and 1900, 1800 cars, pay attention. None of them got mufflers on them. None of them got mufflers on them. There's no exhaust. There's no fumes. It was still clean air and energy. Yeah, brain rot is crazy, bro. That's why I encourage people to read books, right? Your brain is a muscle. The more you use it, the more stronger it get. The more you don't use it or exercise it, the more you lose it, right? Just like any other muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. So this is why I encourage book reading. It's fun to mental. The only way you can exercise your your brain is if you do mental gymnastics. You gotta work that bitch out. You feel me? Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. Who's that? Rummy? Hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. Welcome to Higher Learning Book Club. Welcome to the fam. So I'm a sub soon for sure. Facts. It's rich. I ain't, it's all good, big dog. Look at NYC Subway ran off electric. Royal Rail car decked out. Yup. From which one of your accounts? I subbed to one account. I think I can't remember if it expired though. I think you subscribed on this one. I have to check it. Let me see. Will it tell me who subscribed? Yeah, it will tell me. So, okay, nah, I think you subscribed on my backup page. You're not on this one. Lily, I think you're on my backup page. But if you're on my backup page, that's cool. You don't have to subscribe to this one if you subscribe to one of the other channels. Because I can still hold a subscriber only live on the backups too and do the same thing. I appreciate that, Lola. Welcome to the family. You was already part of the family, Daughters of the Most High, but thank you for the support. Appreciate it. Thank you for the subscription. Welcome to Higher Learning Book Club. Even though you was already a member. Thank you. Real learn. I love to see it. Man, I love information. You said, what's that called again? What you mean? What's that? What you mean, GG? He said some of the cars was in Africa. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. There's old 1800 pictures of Africa with cars, and some of the same stuff that was built over here was over there in Africa too. Go check out the world fairs that was in Africa. There was Tartarias and world fairs in America, Africa, Europe, and Germany. Yeah, Africa ain't always looked like that. It just looked like that. It just became like that. That's why you can still find healthy palm trees in the desert today. If that Sahara Desert have always been like that, like they say, there would be no vegetation there at all. It would have been wasteland. But when you go to the Sahara Desert, you can still find water. You can still find palm trees. If you dig deeper into the dirt, you can find buildings and civilizations and shit up under the sand. Like real shit. We got mud floods over here. Africa got sandstorms because of the desert. Peep game. A lot of that stuff is buried under the sand over there. Our stuff is buried under mud because, we oceanans. We surrounded by water. So water would hit us and turn into mud. But over there, sand. Everything's buried up under the sand over there. You said Sahara Desert just flooded the other day? Hey, it's about to be a lot of stuff that's about to pop up. All right? It's about to be a lot of stuff that's going to pop up. Peep game. Thank you for the Cash App donation, Lola. Appreciate that. Thank you for the donations. I said the Brooklyn Bridge used to carry cargo across states, horses, cars, and trains. Yup. Said you want that demonology book? I got you. I'll send it to you. Are you on my Instagram or Facebook? I think you on my Facebook or my Instagram. If you on one of them, I can send it to you through that. We'll rap. I'll DM you. I'll send it to you. With free energy comes electric cars. Yup. We still got free energy around us. That's why everybody that's been creating inventions lately, that's been harnessing, they've been snatching water out the air and they've been snatching electricity out the air. You know, they come up missing shit. You don't hear shit from them no more because they're telling you this shit. It's in this matrix. It's illegal to have free anything, even though that this shit exists all around you, right? Shit. If you ever go into the dark, like real talk, listen, if your lights ever get cut off, go get some potatoes and a light bulb. You did the science experiment, right? You did the science experiment. You don't need no candles. If your lights get cut off, go get a potato, some wires, and a light bulb. And walk around that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, big gang. You get enough potatoes, you ain't gotta pay a light bill for a little minute. You can stack up. Like, there are still ways that you can still survive freely. You know, but in this matrix, free is illegal. Exactly, Swarthy. It's damn near illegal to think now. If they trying to take the freedom of speech so they can take the freedom of thinking, because thinking and speech goes hand in hand. You think what you say what you think. So if I take the freedom of speech, I take the freedom of thinking. They already lightweight doing it. They already lightweight doing it with this so-called political correctness, right? You got to be political correct now. You don't want to hurt nobody's feelings and shit. You got all that type of shit. That's already lightweight monopolizing your freedom of speech and freedom of thought. Look into Earth batteries, facts. Shit, potatoes can last 4 years or more. I'm telling you. They get you a box of light bulbs. I did that shit one time. I ain't even gonna cap. My first apartment that I had ever got when I was like 20, my first apartment, I fucked around and forgot to pay the light bill. I ain't even gonna cap. See, boy, cut my light off. I went and got some potatoes. I was straight to my next paycheck. I ain't capping to you. For real. I got a bag of them Idaho potatoes. Put one inside the bathroom, one in the hallway, one in my room, one in the kitchen, one in the living room. Hooked them bitches up. I had lights. When it was time to go to sleep, I just I'm telling you what, look. Man. Shit. Man, look. One thing about us, boy, we always gonna find a way. We always adapt to our... you who are on their side, but these people are skinwalkers is what they do. They're not reptilians. They skinwalkers. They come out at night. They like darkness and shit. These are skinwalkers. They're not reptilians. You the only reptilian. You are the Naga. You come from the great land of the dragon. All right? You are the Naga. You the reptilian. You the chameleon. You can blend in. Right? Your enemies are also so-called draconians, but they're melanated. They're not YT people. They're melanated people. That's why they can disguise themselves amongst you, because they share the same attributes as you. That's why they hide amongst you, some of them. Right, peep gang. That's if you want to take it there on some galactic Anunnaki stuff, but stop calling these white folks draconians and shit, because that's not what they are. They're skinwalkers. They don't even like the sun. Reptilians need sun. They love the sun. They sunbathe. They do all this shit, right? You ain't never had a pet turtle or caught no lizard or get an iguana or something like that. They'll tell you to always get a sun lamp, because sun lamps is very important for them in their survival. You get a lizard and don't put no sun lamp in there, that lizard will not survive a month without that bitch. Just like you won't survive without the sun. All right? They definitely bask in the sun. Cats do too, yup. Cats do too. A lot of cats be on the roof sunbathing. When you be looking for cats, like, where all the cats at? Most of them be on the roof sunbathing. You just don't think to look on the roof. Cats sunbathe too. Facts. They be staring into the sun, some of them. They have an open pineal gland. Reptilians got an open pineal gland. Cats got an open pineal gland. Cats is part reptilian. That's why they got reptilian type eyes. Yeah, it's deep. Yup. They see through 9 dimensions. Facts. Yup. That's why the jaguar is so important. Yup. Bingo. Every animal, every American animal also has a chakra. You know what I'm saying? Every chakra has a sacred animal that it's tied to. You know, and a lot of our ancestors, you know, you got this tribe with the jaguar, you got the Nagas with this tribe, you know, you got the tribe with the eagle, you got all these tribes. All of these are sacred symbols, which is also tied to your chakras, because once you get all of these animals together and one, you got a powerful kingdom, which creates your totem pole, right? The American Indian totem pole is just another chakra system. Peep game. Now all Indians got the same totem pole, but the totem pole is something prevalent amongst American Indians. In the Southeast and all Meccas, we got a different type of totem pole than, you know, Athabascans and those out west in Canada, you know what I'm saying? Because their animals and our animals is different, right? They'll have a bear, a polar bear or something like that, and we'll probably have like a black bear or grizzly bear or something, you know what I'm saying? Or they might have a falcon, or actually we would have the falcon. Shout out to the Atlanta Falcons, right? Or the Atlanta Hawks, right? Falcons and Hawks is very sacred to American Indians. That's why we still kept the Falcons and Hawks here. We don't really fuck with the Eagles around here, you know, Falcons and Hawks, you know, but certain tribes do Eagles. So it just depends on the tribe and their sacred animal, which creates the totem pole. So peep game. Come on, man. 1, 2, 3, we all in here synchronized, right? Yep, the totem is Kundalini. Facts. You said, what's the sacred animal with Shada's? Shada's sacred animal with serpents still. Serpents, eagles, buffalo, bison, mainly just indigenous animals around the Shada territory or the Mound Builder territory. You know, falcons and stuff like that. That's why Black Panther could see into the ancestral plane. Facts. Pay attention to the cat. All right. Reptilians love slurring, even though they cold-blooded. Yeah. And most of our American Indian women are cold-blooded. Most of them are quote-unquote anemics. Most of them are cold-blooded, right? Reptilian-like. Yeah. Cats are definitely mysterious. Cats are the only animals that domesticated themselves. Like, real shit. Cats domesticated themselves out of survival. Because remember, during that time of famine and ice age and everything like that, cats still exist. So for their survival, they domesticated themselves and became so-called house cats. You know, it's warm inside and they got the food and shit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about to be out there. So they domesticated themselves. That's why you can't really train a cat. You know, you can't make a cat do nothing. They do what thy wilt. If they feel like fucking with you, they'll fuck with you. It ain't because you called them, hey, come here, Billy, and all that extra shit. That nigga looking at you like, bitch, you know, well, I'm gonna come holler at you because I'm feeling your vibration and your energy is in distress. Let me come and let you get a couple of all that extra shit. All right, if I touch me, I'm gonna holler at you later. Like, they do whatever the fuck they want. You can't really train a cat. You feel me? They do things out of love. You raised me since a kitten, so I'm gonna fuck with you. That's it. So, big gang. Hey, yeah, cats very intelligent. And they clean, too. Yep. The Shiloh dogs. Yeah, the Mexican dog. You know, we definitely had the Mexican dog inside our culture. Because remember, you know, the Shadows come from Mexico. Originally, we come from the Yucatan. And we migrated up to North America, or what is now the United States. We migrated up. But originally, the Shadows, the Chickasaws, Natchez, a lot of us come from the Yucatan, and we migrated up. You got 2 elder cats, they ward off negative energy. Yeah, facts. Facts. What time is it? Okay, we've been on here for a little minute. I'm dead. Wow. Why would you say that in my life? Why would you say that? The stuff like that'll get you blocked. I'll just be real. Even though if it was a joke or something, stuff like that'll get you blocked, man. We didn't get bred out by the Spaniards. We stayed within our own. Just some of us is the Spaniards, D. Some of us is the Spaniards. The Spaniards was the merge from America. But peak game though. So with that being said though, we're gonna go ahead and end it right there. You know, we hit our 3-hour mark. I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. Y'all know it's always love. Shout out to everybody that subscribed to the page. Shout out to the new subscribers. Shout out to the old subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for still rocking with your boy. Shout out to the new supporters who hit that plus button. If you like this type of live, this type of vibe, these informations and gems, go ahead and hit that plus button so you'll be notified every time I go live. So you don't miss a beat or nothing like that. You feel me? Thank y'all for the Cash App donations. Y'all know it's always appreciative for tipping the waiter. Thank you for doing a good job. And stay tuned. We will get a Telegram and a subscriber only live jumping real soon. So we gonna always keep them gems popping. So with that being said, I'm about to go ahead and shoot to Mon Duke's house. You know, kick it with Mon Duke's and the little one. You know, time to get in father mode. So, but I'll holler at y'all a little bit later on tonight. Probably around by like 9, 10 o'clock Eastern time. And we'll dive back into the Daemonology book. And we'll begin part 3. Chapter 3, which talks about incubuses and succubuses who are also following spirits, right? Monitoring spirits. So that's what chapter 3 gonna be about. So make sure you there. Don't miss that one. Go ahead, hit that plus button right now. I'll leave it up. Hit that plus button so you don't miss that one, right? We in chapter 3. We talk about incubi and succubi. All right. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate that. Thank you for joining the team. Welcome to High Learning Book Club.